What the hell just happened on Raw? One moment, it was a standard tag team bout, and the next, Nikki Bella was screaming, clutching her chest in agony as medical staff stormed the ring. Fans were crying. The arena went dead silent. Then came the whispers. Then the rumors. Now, full-on panic. Reports are flying that Nikki Bella's breast implants were severely damaged during the match, possibly ruptured. Medical teams immediately ushered her out while WWE production tried to cut to commercial as quickly as possible, but not before millions saw it live. This isn't a joke. This isn't a storyline. This is real. And it's sparking one of the most furious debates in WWE history. Let's break everything down. From the botched move that caused the injury, the history Nikki has with in-ring health scares, the brutal online reactions, and the shocking backstage drama that's only now coming to light. And yes, we'll expose the name of the superstar being blamed for all of it. Let's get into it. RAW was already intense that night. Chicago was rowdy, fans were loud, and every match was amped up. But no one expected this. Nikki Bella, teaming with her sister Brie in a surprise return match against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, looked strong. She was moving great, her hits were crisp. But it all changed about 6 minutes in. Isla Dawn went for a running knee strike to the chest, a move she's used dozens of times, but this time, it looked off. The impact landed way too hard, right in Nikki's sternum. Immediately, Nikki collapsed to her knees. You could see it on her face, pure pain. She reached up, clutching her chest, mouthing words to Brie. Then she shouted, "I can't breathe." Referee Jessica Carr signaled the dreaded X symbol with her arms, the universal sign for real injury. Everything stopped. Security ran to ringside. Medics slid in. Brie was crying, holding her sister. Isla looked terrified. WWE cut to a commercial. But the damage was already done. When the cameras cut off, the arena was frozen. Fans in the front rows said they saw Nikki's chest, swelling oddly, and that she kept repeating, "My implant, my implant." Backstage sources say that the medical team feared internal rupture of one or both breast implants. One insider reported, they didn't want to risk removing her gear in front of fans. They threw a towel over her chest and rushed her through the back tunnel. Triple H was said to be visibly shaken. Brie Bella refused to leave Nikki's side and reportedly screamed at Isla Dawn backstage, accusing her of being reckless and trying to make a name off my sister. Security had to separate them. We reached out to contacts within WWE's medical team, and the news is not good. Here's what's being said. There may be implant rupture in Nikki's right breast. There's extensive bruising and potential internal bleeding. She was taken to a local hospital in Chicago immediately after the show. WWE has not officially commented yet, but a statement is expected within 24 hours. Let's be real. Nikki Bella has undergone serious surgeries before, including neck fusion surgery that nearly ended her career. But this could sideline her permanently, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Fan reactions, heartbreak, fury, and demand for justice. Social media blew up instantly. #Pray for Nikki trended #1 worldwide within 20 minutes. Some fans praised Isla Dawn for just doing her job. Others are calling for her suspension, saying she was wildly irresponsible and trying to go viral at Nikki's expense. One fan on Twitter said, "I just watched my childhood hero collapse in pain and cry for help. WWE should be ashamed of letting that match go on as long as it did." Another wrote, "We didn't ask for this return. We begged WWE to protect her. And now look." But the most intense wave came from Total Divas fans, who've followed Nikki's entire journey, from her body struggles to her surgeries and confidence battles. For them, this felt personal. The bigger conversation: implants, safety, and WWE's risks with women's bodies. This incident isn't just about one botched move. It's sparking a massive conversation online about the risks female wrestlers face, especially those with implants or past surgeries. Multiple former WWE women, including Lana, Summer Rae, and even Maria Kanellis, have spoken about how moves to the chest can be dangerous, yet the training often ignores this. This is not just about cosmetic decisions. This is about in-ring safety and protocols that WWE may have ignored. Should women with surgeries like this be cleared to wrestle in high-risk matches? Or is the WWE pushing the envelope for ratings at the expense of safety? Isla Dawn speaks out, the shocking apology and defense. Hours after the match, Isla Dawn posted to her Instagram story, "I'm sick to my stomach over what happened tonight. I never intended to hurt Nikki. I hope she heals quickly and knows how loved she is. I'm sorry, truly." But many fans were not having it. The comments on her posts are flooded with, "You went too far. She trusted you and you failed her. You don't deserve to be in that ring." Now there are rumors that Isla may be pulled from upcoming tapings while an internal review is done. But here's the twist. Some believe this may have been avoidable altogether. Exclusive. Nikki warned WWE officials just days before. In an explosive leak, one insider claims Nikki Bella raised concerns about her gear and recent symptoms just days before the match. According to the report, she felt swelling during training and asked for a modified move set. They told her, "You're cleared, go slow, you'll be fine." If true, this is damning. It would mean WWE knowingly let Nikki wrestle while potentially compromised, choosing hype over health. And that opens up the possibility of legal action or major internal fallout. In a leaked backstage clip, Brie Bella is seen screaming and crying after the match. She told you something was wrong. She wanted to back out and you said it was fine. The clip, allegedly taken by a crew member, shows Brie slamming her fists against a wall before hugging Nikki as she was wheeled out on a stretcher. Fans are rallying behind Brie, demanding answers from WWE officials. Here's what's happening next. Nikki Bella is not expected to appear on WWE programming for several weeks at least. An official WWE statement is expected within 24 hours. Fans are calling for investigations into safety protocols for returning legends and women wrestlers. Isla Dawn is facing disciplinary review, though she has not been suspended, yet. This wasn't just an injury. This was a breaking point. Nikki Bella, one of the most recognizable and beloved women in WWE history, came back to give fans one last memory, and instead she left the ring in tears, possibly facing another surgery. What makes it worse is the silence from WWE corporate. No statement. No on-air tribute. No acknowledgement of what we all saw. If we stay silent too, then nothing changes. So we're asking you, our WrestlingNewsCC community, to raise your voice. Do you think Isla Dawn was reckless or just unlucky? Should WWE stop allowing stars with implants or prior surgeries to return to high-contact matches? Do you believe Nikki will ever return again after this? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Share this video to get this conversation going. Let's hold WWE accountable, and stand behind Nikki Bella, who deserves so much better. We'll be monitoring this story and updating as it evolves. The arena fell eerily silent as the camera panned to a backstage shot of paramedics rushing toward Nikki Bella. Brie Bella had abandoned her commentary position and was sprinting beside the medics, her expression a mixture of fear and disbelief. For a woman who had stood tall against legends like AJ Lee and Stephanie McMahon, Nikki now appeared more vulnerable than ever. The moment that sent shockwaves through the WWE universe was replayed repeatedly online. A powerful snap suplex from Rhea Ripley, combined with a harsh landing on the ring post, triggered immediate concerns. Nikki's arms folded inward as she curled on the mat, visibly struggling to breathe. She immediately clutched her chest, and even non-wrestling fans knew something was gravely wrong. Within minutes, Twitter X was flooded with trending hashtags. Hashtag pray for Nikki, hashtag Bella Strong, and disturbingly, hashtag WWE Cover Up. Reports began surfacing almost instantly from dirt sheets, fan videos, and alleged backstage sources. One Reddit post claimed a source within WWE's medical team confirmed Nikki had ruptured one or both of her breast implants during the botched move. While unconfirmed at the time, the visual cues and Nikki's intense chest pain only fueled the speculation. And just like that, the conversation wasn't just about an injury. It was about the exploitation of women's bodies in professional wrestling. Fans were furious. Comments across platforms questioned the lack of pre-match screening, whether Nikki was forced to wrestle through a prior condition, and if WWE had been too careless in booking such a high-impact match for a returning superstar. What stoked the fire even more was WWE's radio silence. No official update came for over 12 hours. Not a tweet, not a statement, not even a mention on WWE.com. That silence. It enraged the fanbase. Some fans began connecting dots. Was this similar to what happened to Chyna in her final years? Was WWE again brushing aside women wrestlers' health in favor of ratings? Meanwhile, paparazzi swarmed the local hospital where Nikki was allegedly admitted. One leaked photograph, grainy but seemingly authentic, showed Brie with her head buried in her hands outside the emergency room. Her devastation was real. The Bella twins may have built an empire, but in that moment, none of the fame or fortune could protect Nikki from the pain or the risk to her health. Late the next day, WWE finally broke their silence. The statement was sterile, emotionless. Nikki Bella sustained an upper torso injury during her match on Monday Night Raw. She is undergoing evaluation and we will provide updates when available. Upper torso injury. Fans weren't having it. Under WWE's post, the comment section exploded. Upper torso injury. Just say what it is. Her implants were damaged and you know it. Stop sugarcoating the truth. Nikki deserves transparency. Why is it always the women who get brushed off like this? To make matters worse, several insiders like Dave Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp began reporting on what they were hearing. Meltzer stated, "It appears there was an internal debate about whether Nikki should have even been cleared to wrestle. That line ignited a firestorm. Was WWE pushing Nikki past her limits for a ratings pop? Did her comeback match become a marketing tool for their women's division resurgence at the expense of her health?" Brie Bella released a video on Instagram later that night. Sitting in her car, visibly shaken, with tears streaming down her face, she said, "I wish I could give you all answers. I really do. But right now, my sister needs peace and space. What happened was traumatic. We are just taking it one moment at a time. Please keep Nikki in your prayers." That video hit different. It was real, raw, emotional, and it forced everyone to realize this wasn't a storyline. And yet, some were unconvinced. The most controversial twist came when a supposed anonymous medical professional posted a leaked diagnosis on a Discord server for hardcore wrestling fans. The diagnosis stated, ruptured implant, left side, severe bruising across the chest wall, internal bleeding, non-life threatening. Was it real? No one could say for sure. But the community was already believing it. The comment section across TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram was in chaos. She risked her life and they're calling it a minor injury. Give that woman her flowers now. If WWE doesn't take accountability, they deserve all the heat. Wrestling legends started chiming in. Trish Stratus tweeted, "Women deserve better. Health isn't a storyline." Even Becky Lynch, often known for being cryptic, posted a black and white photo of the Bellas backstage years ago, captioned only with a heart emoji. Was it solidarity or subtle shade? The comment section couldn't decide. The pressure mounted on WWE. At the next SmackDown, Michael Cole opened the show with a somber tone. "Before we begin tonight, our thoughts go out to Nikki Bella, who is currently recovering from injuries sustained on Raw. We wish her a full and speedy recovery." No image, no montage, no interview. Just 15 seconds of acknowledgement. Unacceptable. At least that's what the fans thought. And now, here we are. With Nikki Bella off TV indefinitely, a cloud of controversy over WWE medical decisions, and the women's division once again caught in the storm. The biggest question remains, will Nikki Bella return? And if she does, will she ever be the same again? The medical team's faces were pale. Even the most hardened ring doctors looked shaken. Nikki Bella, the once indestructible cornerstone of the Divas Revolution, now lay on a stretcher, her body riddled with pain, her career possibly over in the blink of an eye. As she was lifted onto the gurney and wheeled up the ramp with Brie running beside her, it became clear to everyone in that arena and watching around the world, this was not scripted. This was not part of a storyline. This was real. Backstage, the atmosphere was equally tense. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, all stood in stunned silence. Some superstars had tears in their eyes, others stood frozen, unable to process what had just occurred. Bayley was seen pacing nervously while Liv Morgan, her face flushed with emotion, could be heard muttering, "It wasn't supposed to go that far." Meanwhile, WWE's official social platforms exploded. #Pray for Nikki immediately became the #1 trend worldwide. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with old clips of Nikki's most iconic matches, heartfelt messages, and angry calls for WWE to release a statement. Others pointed fingers, some at Liv Morgan, others at WWE's management. Even a few conspiracy theorists accused Ronda Rousey of orchestrating it all behind the scenes as revenge for past beef. It wasn't long before statements began rolling in. Brie Bella tweeted, "This isn't just my sister. She's a mother. She's a fighter. I will make sure the truth comes out. #pray for Nikki." Carmella, who had been on commentary when the incident occurred, broke down in a TikTok live that same night, sobbing as she tried to recount the moment she realized something had gone horribly wrong. "She screamed in a way I've never heard her scream before," she said through tears. "That wasn't acting. That was real pain." The next day, WWE released a clinical update. Nikki Bella had suffered internal bruising, 2 cracked ribs, and potential damage to the structural integrity of her breast implants due to blunt force trauma. Doctors were evaluating whether surgery would be required to prevent long-term damage. It was that last line that triggered a tidal wave of outrage. Fans and non-fans alike flooded the internet with debates and arguments. Some blamed the company's obsession with hyper-physicality and shock value spots. Others turned their attention to the darker side of the wrestling business, the image standards, the push for physical perfection, and the unspoken expectations that led many women, including Nikki, to undergo cosmetic surgery in the first place. Commentators on wrestling blogs and YouTube channels weighed in harshly. JD from NY, Wrestle Talk, and even Fightful dedicated full segments to dissecting the culture WWE had allowed to fester. JD's words hit hardest. "This isn't just about a botched move. This is about a company that has, for decades, blurred the line between beauty and brutality. Nikki Bella is the latest victim. Who's next? But while the wrestling world debated, speculated, and raged, a deeper question brewed beneath the surface. Was this really an accident? Some fans pointed out inconsistencies. Multiple replays from alternate angles showed Liv Morgan's elbow hitting Nikki lower than originally thought. Was it miscalculated? Intentional? Theories swirled. Then came the leaked audio. A fan in the front row posted a cleaned-up version of a ringside Mike's feed. In it, during the immediate aftermath of the elbow drop, Liv Morgan could be heard muttering, "She wanted out. I just helped her." The internet lost its mind. What did that mean? Did Nikki want to retire and asked Liv to make it happen? Was it a coded message? Was Liv trying to justify her mistake or admitting to something darker? WWE issued a follow-up statement the following evening denying any wrongdoing or malicious intent. Liv Morgan, they claimed, was simply shaken and speaking nonsense in the heat of the moment. But not everyone just when you thought especially not Brie Bella. Came the following Friday, the firestorm all over again. Brie appeared in a surprise video from the upper deck. Not as a wrestler, blurry, not grainy, in gear, but unmistakably wore a black suit. It showed Nikki clutching her chest just she walked to the ring, collapsing to her knees during the camera match, and said, "Not because of my sister. You tried to end her. A visible strike. I don't care if it was almost as if something inside or someone pulling strings backstage. And what sent I will find out meltdown wasn't just and I will burn everything down to do it." A faint the crowd roared, picked up by the fans awakened, and just as Nikki winced and for Nikki Bella's injury spiraled into something far more explosive than anyone could have predicted. Collision hashtag Nikki implant pop began trending on Twitter. Reddit threads multiplied like wildfire. YouTubers, podcasters, TikTokers, every content creator in the wrestling space went into red alert mode. Did Nikki's implant literally burst on live TV? Did WWE cover it up? Why did commentary go silent at that exact moment? WWE, realizing this was spiraling out of control, had no choice but to address it. But instead of calming fans down, they poured gasoline on the fire. They released a vague statement. Nikki Bella experienced a non-life-threatening complication during her Raw match. She is recovering at home and thanks the WWE Universe for their support. Complication. Excuse me. That's not a statement. That's a smoke bomb. No mention of what kind of injury. No update on whether it was chest-related. No confirmation of the implant rumors. It was practically begging for speculation. And fans weren't about to sit quietly. Everywhere Nikki had ever spoken publicly about her cosmetic surgeries was being resurfaced. Interview clips, Total Bella's moments, old podcast episodes. Her 2015 surgery, scrutinized. Her 2017 revision, picked apart. People wanted answers, and fast. And it wasn't just the fans demanding clarity, Nikki's peers were getting vocal too. Enter Carmella. In a surprise tweet late Tuesday night, Carmella posted, "What happened to Nikki is horrifying. I've seen the pressure we all face behind the scenes. And it's not okay. Not now. Not ever. She didn't mention implants. She didn't need to." The tweet hit like a gut punch. It peeled back the curtain and screamed, "This is deeper than just one injury." And then, like a domino effect, other superstars followed suit. Natalya, wishing Nikki a strong recovery. Body image issues are real. And dangerous. Alexa Bliss, we have to start valuing safety over spectacle. This isn't just about wrestling. And the one that broke the internet. Brie Bella, her sister, her other half. She posted a black and white photo of the two of them hugging after a match, captioned, "I begged her not to return. But she missed you all too much." Fans were floored. Brie's words were laced with guilt, love, and rage. The heartbreak of watching your sister get chewed up by a machine she once helped build, live on television, was too much for her to hold in. But if you think the backlash ended there, think again. Because what happened next shifted the conversation entirely. A former WWE physician, anonymous, of course, spoke to a wrestling news outlet under condition of confidentiality. And what he revealed was terrifying. Cosmetic surgeries, especially implants, are delicate under stress. When you add in constant falls, chest bumps, rope rebounds, and high-impact spots, you're playing with fire. There are known risks. But the culture, it doesn't allow these women to say no to returning. There's pressure to look a certain way and perform like a machine. He alleged that multiple female wrestlers had suffered minor ruptures or leakage before. Most kept it quiet. Some were patched up and sent back out within weeks. Let that sink in. There was a silent epidemic happening, hidden behind glam, pyro, and staged feuds. And Nikki, she just became the face of a much darker truth. The wrestling community was split. Half were furious, demanding change, demanding accountability.